is Charlie Zeiss with Stargate Pyramids. Today is Wednesday, November 4th, day after the election. So I'm sure a lot of you aren't thinking about pyramids today, but we're very fortunate to have Grandma Chandra with us today, along with her translator, Irina, who will be discussing the research results that I've been putting together over the last 6 weeks or so on the geometric relationships between the progression of the Platonic solids and the geometry of the Stargate Pyramid. For those of you who have not seen those videos, there are 3 videos that really go over 2 hours in length in total about this. So we're not going to try to go over all of that information today. Grandma is familiar with this information, so what we want to do is to discuss with her today through Irina what exactly the implications, the import of this knowledge is. So with that said, I guess we can get going. And Grandma, thank you for being with us today. I guess to begin with, I found this specific diagram, about 2 months ago in a sacred geometry text by Robert Lawler. We plotted that into 3 dimensions, and it works perfectly geometrically, not only to demonstrate that I think the ancients knew about this, but also that this gives us a model that has not been available, at least in contemporary society, as to how this process and of progression melds with the pathway, essentially, of the pyramid. So with that kind of as background, Grandma, I don't know if you're able to do this, but one of the speculations that I've had, this diagram goes back at least to the Renaissance, but does this go back further in time, and could it go back, in fact, this information and this knowledge as far back as, say, the ancient Vedic texts, or that distant of past in our history?
Okay. Yes, 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 yes. This goes back even beyond the Vedic text. These are things that come from Lemuria and Atlantis, civilizations before our current civilization.
Wow. Okay. So it's not one of the things I've been thinking about is that, just as with the Platonic solids, we've kind of done Western cultural appropriation with that information, because it really goes back to the Vedic text as well. And I've kind of feel that we ought to be calling even the Russian pyramids maybe Vedic or, Hindu pyramids instead. But what are the general important facts that you feel it's important in this discovery that we can use on a practical basis to help improve our lives and our well-being? In other words, it seems to me that it's important that, or one of the reasons why the pyramid is so effective is because when this pathway or this process is kind of girdered inside this pathway, that it works so much more efficiently, and that's the reason why people's intuition is better, their health is better, and so forth. So if she could elaborate just on the kind of the overall significance of finding this relationship.
Okay, she's saying she wants Irina. She wants to talk to Irina.
Okay.
Is the image I'm getting correct?
Yes.
So this is Jima. With the transition that we are going through, we are reinventing or reopening all the tools that can help us during this transition, during balancing our quantum fields with Gaia and with the cosmos. And the pyramid, or the pyramids in general, are these tools that can help us, first of all, to integrate the new energies that are going our way, and they are around us in the most efficient way for our biology, as well as in the most efficient way for the plants that are around us, or for nature, and for all these new inventions and researches that are coming to us with these changes, with this shift. Is this correct?
Yes.
Is there more?
Yes.
The pyramids help us. This is Jima. The pyramids help us to integrate this new energy on the DNA cellular level. And that is the main advantage and the main application of the pyramid energy for us at this moment.
Okay, she's also saying, this is Chandra talking through me. I'm Kat, I'm Grandmother Chandra's mom. She's also saying that this makes a shift in the Merkaba. Okay, now, are you talking about the human Merkaba? Human, planetary, the Merkaba in general has shifted because of all of the energetics that are coming in now into the planet. Okay, so can you tell me, or through Irina, how the planet, the Merkaba has shifted? Irina.
So this is Jima. Is what I'm getting correct?
Yes.
So we are talking about now co-working or amplification of all of the DNA levels in Merkaba. So we are talking now about creation inside of our quantum field. So we are, so to say, one event or one shift is initiating the shift or the creation in the other, so to say, layers, because they are not physically layers, but they're present as layers in the layers of Merkaba. So we are talking about co-working of all the layers of Merkaba with the new energy. And that is the shift in Merkaba.
Okay.
Is this correct?
Yes, yes, more, Irina.
We're also talking about a deep connection of our quantum field now to physical level. Because if in the past we were, so to say, consciously recognizing only the physical level of our being, of our body, so now we start seeing the connections between our quantum field and the physical body field. And we are starting creating both way coordination and cooperation between the physical level of DNA and between the quantum field of DNA. And pyramids are great communicators and great coordinators of this work, of this shift for us as a humanity. Is that all?
Okay, this is Kat, Grandmother Chandra's mom. Okay, she's also telling me simultaneously that this is, go ahead, this is a quantum leap on the ascension path for humanity. So that's the importance of this. Why would that be important to humanity? There's your answer. It's a quantum leap on the ascension path. Is that it, G? No, Irina. Irina.
So opening who we are through the different tools is allowing us to be the shift of Gaia at the same time. And that's why it is essential. So through our shift in the Merkaba, we are supporting and even more activating, speeding up the shift in the quantum field of Gaia. And because these processes are going simultaneously, we are exchanging the information between our quantum fields, between our DNA quantum field and the Gaia's quantum field. That's why it is so essential, and that's how the pyramid energy can be used more in the future. Is that all?
No. Okay. Chandra's telling me that, go ahead. The pyramids are the vehicles that make this connection happen. Is there more? No.
Okay. Well, I think that's the most important fact right there. This is the geometry. This is what makes all of this happen.
Yeah.
In terms of I have a question about how the actual Platonic solid progressions, work within the creative process. And I'll just try to explain my understanding, and then hopefully she can enhance and expand upon that. We all think that there are, and the classic Platonic solids are divided into 5 parts. There's the icosahedron, dodecahedron, cube, tetrahedron, and octahedron. Mm-hmm. And they, according to the Lawler diagram that I discovered in three dimensions, has that in a specific process. A lot of the other information that I have says that perhaps there are other sequences that might occur.
Yes.
There are all these variations that could occur. They're called truncations.
Yes.
Okay, so is it fair to say that for us to say that there are these discrete processes, is that really an oversimplification of what sounds like to me and feels like upon study an infinite realm of possibilities that kind of flow from the microscopic to the galactic?
Yes, you are correct, but you have to bring it down into the 3D for most people to understand it.
Yeah, okay. So what's the best way to explain this to people? I've shown in some of my prior work some electron micrographs and things like that, but is there an explanation that Grandma could give us as to how this works that might help people to understand it more fully?
Grandma wants to speak through Irina.
Okay.
Is what I'm getting correct?
Yes.
So this is Jima. Use the crystal shapes and the light. And with this, you can explain a lot more simpler, taking the videos of that. And a lot of people will perceive the understanding, watching it, even deeper than the pictures. But through the work of light and the crystal shapes, they will get the better and the deeper understanding of the reality and the processes that you are trying to explain. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is there more?
No.
Okay. What are the 3 or 4 most important ways that we can use this information for the betterment of mankind?
Irina.
Use it for what?
The betterment of humanity.
Okay, got it. Is what I'm getting correct?
Yes.
So this is Jima. The humanity now needs to group into different circles, better to say, or different groups to absorb and understand everything that is happening better and faster. And with what you are doing, you are attracting those people for whom the language that you are using is most clear and the best for comprehension. So your work as a radar is attracting those who can benefit from ascension through this information. So this is number one. Is this correct?
Yes.
Number two, by allowing the multidimensional information being explained in 3D, you expand the awareness of possibilities of humanity. And don't forget that when you put it in 3D, the ties to multidimensionality still stay there. And those who are in tuned to this information, they will be attracted by 3D, so to say, information carriers, but they will be able to get all the multidimensional information that you are bringing through your work with pyramids. That's number two. Is this correct?
Yes.
And number three, you are, so to say, opening the chakras of Gaia by working with the pyramids. And that is one of the most essential work that you are doing right now. You're like opening the pores of Gaia. Is this correct?
Yes.
Is there more?
Yes. Okay, wait a second. I have a question. John, what is the importance of opening the chakras of Gaia? Irina.
These are the centers through which the humanity will receive the fastest growth and the balancing and tuning for existence in multidimensional world. This was Jima. Is this correct?
Yes.
Is there more?
Hold it. I still don't understand. Okay. So if Gaia's chakras are opening, is this correct, John, or am I wrong? You're correct. Okay, so they're, lack of a better term, beaming into the chakras of humanity. And that's how we're benefiting from this. Yes, yes, yes. So there's a connection between Gaia chakras and humanity chakras. Okay. Okay, thank you, G. Does Irina have to speak more? No.
Okay. All right. Well, this leads me into a question that I've had for a long time as well. This geometry, as we've been discussing, is an interdimensional geometry. So I'm trying to get a way, figure out a way to explain to the viewers and listeners how that process actually occurs. Now, my understanding, and you know, I'm looking for some guidance here, as the torsion fields move higher and higher up into the tip of the pyramid, things move much more rapidly. And given the geometry, it should be that that the energy fields are collecting into smaller and smaller shapes, so to speak. And therefore, I would assume that as this process occurs, that there is a release of energy that has to go somewhere. And I'm assuming that it is that energy which goes into the interdimensional world, for lack of a better term. Am I on the right track?
No.
No, okay.
It's always good to check with GMA.
There you go.
Just when I think I'm right, I find out I'm wrong all the time, Charlie. Okay, what do you want to do here? Irina, okay.
Is this what I'm getting correct?
Yes.
So this is GMA. So when you speak about toroids and the toroid fields, this is multidimensionality already present. So with a higher vibration, you're just getting to the higher dimension. Is that correct?
Yes. Everything, okay, this is Gma talking through me, Kat. Yes. Everything that you said, Charlie, is very good. Up to the time when you got to the torsion fields and everything is condensing and going out into the universe, this is the function of the capstone of the pyramid. The capstone is a transmitter into the other dimensions, and as you said, out of the pyramid, if you will, get that picture, out of the pyramid into the worlds, plural, into the universes. Okay, is there more? Yes, Irina.
So is what I'm saying correct?
Yes.
So this is GMA. So you have to kind of like see separately two processes. The first process is accumulating the energy, and that is how the energy is going inside the pyramid. Okay. And the second part of the process is transmitting the energy. And as Kat said, the cap of the pyramid is a transmitter.
Yes. Okay.
Is that all?
Yes. Is there more to that, G, or is that it? That is it.
I guess, you know, the one area that I'm most interested in right now is using the pyramid for healing, both physically, emotionally, and so forth. So are there any, I guess, ways to use this knowledge that this process is all, you know, going to be optimized through the pyramid? How do we use that knowledge to help people for healing?
Okay. Irina.
Is what I'm getting correct?
Yes.
So this is Gma speaking. There was a lot written about Russian pyramids on healing. So start from there and utilize a lot of this information and expand it. Is this correct?
Yes.
Now, changing gears just slightly, you know, I talk of these as pyramids, and they obviously they are, but there's very few examples, if any, quite honestly, of ancient pyramids that use this geometry. There are numerous examples, however, of Hindu temples, Buddhist temples, and other religious and spiritual architecture that uses this. Was one of the reasons or purposes of ancient architecture, such as church steeples and so forth, to assist in the healing process.
Yes, not only in the healing, but the elevation of the spirit. Don't forget the Muslim culture. The Muslim culture is all based on geometry.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So that I mean, that answers a lot for me. Also, there are some ancient drawings of this geometry of pyramid being used in what is commonly today called the Tartarian Empire. There seemed to have been maybe a successor to Atlantis and so forth, but this knowledge was spread throughout the world through some ancient empires. So it seems as though this geometry was also used for energy production. Would that be true?
Yes. Irina.
There is something that Jima wanted to add for the previous comment. Is what I'm getting correct?
Yes.
Okay, so in the ancient cultures, the picture that Jima is showing, that this geometry was used inside the mountain. So that's why we don't see the constructions as they are, but we would be able to find the caves or the holes in the mountain that are shaped as pyramids. Is that correct?
Yes.
Because we are talking about the inner space, not necessarily about the outer form or shape.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yes. Is there more on that? No. Okay.
Okay.
So let me.
So the question was about the energy source, right?
Yeah. Well, yes. Free energy, using it for healing. Actually, it should have been. I expect that it was used for both healing and for free energy, but I'm trying to get confirmation.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So, Grandma, we appreciate your insights today, as always, and we look forward to the opportunity to continue this discussion on these pyramids, their geometry, and their benefits to mankind. As always, we thank you for listening today. Tell your friends about Stargate Pyramids, and also we're going to be putting up information about Grandma Chandra and her website and her contact information. So I thank you for watching, and you have a great day.
Thank you. Blessings.
Hi, I want to thank all of you who are active participants and listen to the research videos that I've been doing over the last few years. It's really a joy for me to be able to do this in-depth scientific research and find these wonderful new connections with the Russian geometry pyramids and the cutting-edge science that's going on in the world around us today. To help me continue that process and to continue the research work that we're beginning at the Pyramid Science Foundation, we would appreciate any and all contributions to our effort. If you go to pyramidsciencefoundation.org, please hit the contribute button at the bottom and make your donation. It's much appreciated and tax deductible. And also the way that I continue to make money while I do this research and begin the process of compiling all of this into my upcoming book is through the sale of my pyramids. So we also appreciate any and all purchases of our pyramids. Caduceus Coils, Lisa's work as well is available on StargatePyramids.com. There you can buy the pyramids, Caduceus Coils, and capstones that the two of us provide. So once again, we thank you for watching, and you have a great day.